Hi folks, I decided to do something a little different today. I'm going to show you the different steps of the soap making process, just in case you've never seen it before, because I do hot process, which is a little bit different. So right now you're looking at my crock pot full of oils. It is at the right temperature. The oils had to, cool down. Some of the solid oils like coconut oil had to liquefy, just like the oils that are already liquid, like the olive oil in here. So now they're at the right temperature and my lye water is at the right temperature. So what I do first is give it a zhuzh just to make sure all the oils are distributed. So here goes. And that's just for some of the oils that are heavier. So for example, the castor oil, which is very moisturizing but also gives you lots of lather, tends to sink to the bottom because it's really thick. It's a very viscous kind of oil. So anyways, now I'm going to attempt with one hand to add the lye water. And so the combination of lye and fats, which in this case are the oils, creates soap magically. So let me show you just a few seconds of stick blending. And as you can see, the oil is already changing into soap. So I'm going to give it a good blending and I'll be right back. Now right now I am at what's called light trace. And as you can see, it kind of coats, let me focus. It coats my stick blender, and it's harder to see on the soap batter, but it leaves a slight little trail when you move it around. And so people who do cold process stop it here when they do a lot of fancy swirling and things like that, and make really creative patterns in their soap because it's easier to work with the light trace. I take mine to thick, however, so give me one more second to keep zhuzhing. So here we are at thick trace. As you can see, this is like a pudding stage, and so it definitely coats the blender much more, and when I swirl around, it looks just like Jello pudding. So now that we're at thick trace, I am going to cover this bad boy and I'm going to let it cook for about an hour. It all depends. I'd show you that, but it's very long and boring. So I'll be back when it starts hitting certain stages. So the soap's been cooking for about 20 minutes. As you can see, there's a huge difference between the middle of the soap to the edges. So eventually these edges are going to come together and start rolling over upon themselves. And sometimes you can hear the soap burp. And it was almost there, but not quite. But anyways, it's bubbling away. It's probably going to need to go for about another 40 minutes. So I'll be back soon. Okay, so now we're at the point where the soap has completely gone up and is starting to fold in on itself. So as you can see, it's bubbling. It's still cooking at low heat. And it might be hard to see. You can't really see it from here, but in the middle, it collects a little pool of glycerin, and glycerin is just a natural byproduct of the soap making process, and so it's very moisturizing and awesome for your skin. So I'm going to let it keep cooking. I'm going to stir it down and then let it cook some more. So I stirred the soap down and it has risen back up and is churning over on itself again. So I'm going to stir it down one more time. And then we're getting close to coloring the soap, scenting the soap, and dropping it into the mold. Okay, so I've stirred it down and I've tested it to make sure that all the lye is now out and this is officially soap. And it is, it's ready to go. So now I am going to split it up into, well, I'm going to add scent first, stir it up, and then split it up into different colors. Okay, so I've added the scent. Color has been added, and even though it looks like it's 3 colors, this is actually technically going to be 4 colors. This mound right here is scented with vanilla, and whenever you scent soap with vanilla, it turns a dark chocolatey brown. So we're going to have yellow, purple, brown, and white. And since I can't do this with one hand, I just did what's called an in the pot swirl. So I took all the colors and swirled them together in the pot, and now I'm going to glop it into the mold, and it's going to swirl the colors even more. You don't want to swirl too much because then it's just going to turn into kind of like this muddy looking mess. Okay, and now it is in the mold, so I'm going to wait a day, let it sit overnight and do its thing, and then tomorrow I will unmold it and slice it up. Thanks for watching.